Hey guys, it's Sprout in my human disguise, and I wanted to address some misconceptions about my job as a professional fairy. So I specifically wanted to answer the question, is this a real job? And sometimes I even get comments that are straight up saying that this is not a real job and then that I'm not actually a tax-paying citizen. Now, most of those comments I get on Facebook, and they're coming from people who are probably normies who have never even attended a Renaissance festival before. So to answer the question, yes, it is a real job, and yes, I pay my taxes. So as Sprouts, I actually get paid, I think, a really good amount. For a performer in general, I would say that my pay is on the lower end of the spectrum, but the amount of pay that I get being Sprout is still really good and way higher than most 9-to-5 jobs. And on top of my main pay rate, I also collect tips. And at some festivals where there's a big population, I can make really a lot of money doing what I do. Now, I am a pretty big advocate on Renaissance festivals paying the performers more, because there are certain festivals that do not pay their performers at all, or not even their professional entertainers. They are strictly tips. But in my experience, I actually get paid well now. I mean, I didn't start off that way. I started off doing Sprout completely free. And when I started doing it more and more, I started getting paid more and more. And at this point, this is my 5th year being Sprout. I'm gonna be paid pretty well. And luckily for you, I don't gatekeep my numbers, and I never will. So I won't tell you which festival is paying me what. Different festivals are paying me different amounts. But I will say that my general pay rate for this year is $250 a day. Now, most of my festivals are 8-hour shifts. I don't actually work for 8 hours, but it's 8 hours of canon, and I take my breaks whenever needed. So if I were to convert my base pay rate before tips into an hourly wage for 8 hours a day, which I'm not working 8 hours a day, it's more closer to like 6 hours a day. But if I were to use the number 8, because it's 8 hours of canon, that's still like at least $31 an hour before tips. And one of the festivals I'm working for this year, I'm doing $250 a day, but it's for only 4 hours. So before tips, that's closer to $62 an hour. Now, of course, that also includes like traveling to the festival and spending the night camping and paying for the makeup and the magic beans and spending the extra hours doing the makeup and, you know, all that sort of thing. But even if you take that lower pay rate of about $32 an hour before tips, that's still a pretty good pay compared to a regular 9-to-5 job, but my job is extremely fun and fulfilling. And all of this payment is for a lane act, because right now that's what I am, a lane act. If I were to have a stage show, I could ask for a lot more money than that. And to give you an idea on tips numbers, a good tipping day for a smaller festival is usually around $50. A good tipping day for my bigger festivals is closer to over $300. So when you compare that to a normal regular job, it's not bad at all. I mean, it's a legitimate job. Like, I'm making the numbers for it to be a legitimate job. Now, of course, generally speaking, the better of a performer you are, the more you're gonna get paid. For my job as Sprout, I work so hard. I am just exhausted by the end of the day. And Sunday mornings, every single Sunday morning, I contemplate if I really want to do this job, because I am so exhausted and so sleep deprived, because I put so much energy into that Saturday and I gotta do it all again Sunday. So the pay rate that I have is worth it. Like, if people think the pay rate is too high, that's coming from a place of ignorance, because my job is kind of insane. It's fun and fulfilling, but it is not easy. Alright, so that's what I have for today. If you have any more questions, please feel free to ask, and I will do my best to respond to you as quickly as possible. I apologize for some of the questions that I did not respond to, because I meant to respond to later, but then I got caught up. I'll do my best not to do that. But thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.